Day 10. Just having my black coffee and journaling and connecting with my gratitude for this morning. It's 7 a.m. here in the Seattle area. It's still dark out. But what I find when I fast is my body requires less sleep, but it wants me to be in bed earlier and get up earlier. And so, come on up, Mama. That circadian rhythm really does start to reestablish and reconnect itself. And I rely less and less on alarm clocks, which is super cool. The body just knows. It knows when to go to sleep, it knows when to wake up, and it gravitates towards that. And what this alarm clock also does is it stops the continual belief structure within the body that there's a feeding clock as well. And I love that. That's one of the biggest pieces of fasting I haven't talked about. So I thought I would share it today on day 10. Just like anything we do, it becomes a habit. Us human beings have habitually believed that we are supposed to eat 3 square meals with snacks in between and these certain food pyramids and all of these constructs. What I have learned spiritually, as well as on my nutritional path of wellness, is that those constructs, like everything else, need to be broken down. They too are not real, and they're just conditioned beliefs that we've taken on as our own, and we run with them. We've allowed them to run with us, I should say, right? This one has it bad. These creatures, these gorgeous beasts, they get it into their heads of certain feeding times. I love how on the green screen he goes in and out like a ghost. So magical. No licking though. Thank you. I love your kisses, but no licking. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. These constructs we take on about eating times and sleeping times, and notice it all ties us and tethers us back to the 3D. One of the things I really truly believe why fasting became part of the religious construct or the spiritual construct so many hundreds and thousands of years ago is because it breaks and demystifies that stuff. The time-space continuum gets so thinned down in this fasting awareness. You no longer are looking for those sleep windows or those eating windows or any window, really. It does not collapse your ability to be effective in the real world either. A lot of people think when you're doing a fast that you're meant to be sleeping or resting or lounging around. I am an energizer bunny after the first 3 days. I am so on top of everything. I have such clarity that the energy just comes in, and what used to take me so much longer, I'm easily able to grasp and see. Thank you. I love you, but we're not smooching right now. We're not. Mommy's having her coffee and talking to people. You can be here too, but we're not smooching. No, no. I know he doesn't want my coffee. He just does this our lovin's in the mornings. Yes. I love you. Oh. And then I overlove him, and then he gets enough, and then he goes and lays down. Oh my goodness. Let me have a moment with the baby. Oh, overlove this guy. Look at these paws and his sweet face. Oh, so gorgeous. Don't we all deserve this in the morning? I love your handsome little self and your good heart. I love how you give so unconditionally. I love how I wake up every morning next to you, and all you ask for is your food and some hugs. I love how when people come over, you want to make all of them feel so welcome and loved. I love how you have your own little fan club on Nurture Your Soul. And then if I don't put you in a video for a while, people ask about you. I love that. You do too, huh? He loves to have his chest rubbed, and especially around his heart center when I talk to him. Well, this is a form of Reiki healing. The animals know this. So right now, as I'm rubbing on him, he's leaning right against my heart. He's hearing that. His heart is connecting to mine. Notice how calm he goes. And he's receiving and sending love and healing. It's a connection point. And we have this with every living creature. It's telepathic. Yet this one understands human language. It's beneath him, but he understands it. Right? Our hieroglyphics, you understand it. He speaks God language. He doesn't speak this human denominator, which is just a portion of that. Anyway, the fasting regimens that I can see would naturally and progressively move into religions and spiritual practices make so much more sense to me now that I'm into this extended fast lifestyle. I can see why the mystics and those beings leaned into fasting to further and expand upon or deepen and enrichen their spiritual understandings and their connections to God. I relate to it. Someone asked me if my dreams are more vivid during fasting. Yes, but there's a caveat to that, just like there is with everything. Which is the dream and which is the dreamer? And which is the dreamscape is the question. Yes, they become much more deepened and enriched and colorful. But the lines between what is real and what is not real gets thinner and thinner. So I wanted to talk about that today as well. I had a client last night and we were speaking, and what came through the God Squad was profound, yet so subtle again. And it was simply this. When we are enmeshed in the 3D character and we're so deeply bound to it, there's not a willingness to understand or ever really look at the tally sheet, for lack of better terms, between what the 3D has given to you in this lifetime and what this bigger thing has brought to you. And where you are in looking at that. I say it all the time out loud to the God Squad. The 3D has lied to me more times than I can count. Now, when I say lie, I don't mean that unkindly. I mean, that's its goal, right, is to pull us into the storyline. But none of it's true. So that's what I mean by lie. It's not being unkind. It's not personalized. I am accepting what it's telling me until I'm not. And then I can see it's untrue. Now it's no longer being determined as a lie. It's an untruth. and one I don't grasp to. And there's a difference, right? You're talking about a friend and you're saying, they lied to me. That feels very personal and intentional. But if you say, they seem to have avoided the truth with me, and we've all been in that equation. Maybe there was a dinner that you weren't invited to, and they kind of put their foot in their mouth and they were trying to be kind and say, oh my goodness, did we forget to include you in that? We call them white lies. But the way this equation in spirituality and deepening with the connection of allness goes, you can't manipulate. There's no white lying. There's no spiritual bypassing in this. It's either seen or not seen. And that clarity can't be skipped over. This is actually a really good analogy. You can't go from here over the mug to here. There's a space here, or appearing to be a space of a dimension that needs to be passed through, right? Vibrationally. So you can't go from a knowingness to an experiential understanding without moving through this hot liquid. And that hot liquid is inquiry. What thought is landing here right now is the thing that's creating the resistance or the path or the veil between knowingness and experiential awareness. You can't bypass this. This is something that has to be done in your inner being. And what I have found is this fasting expedites that connection because the clarity is so transparently clear that nothing gets in the way. You're not bombarded with the body processing foods and looking for the next meal and not feeling satiated. That whole huge piece goes away. You're not consumed by feeling exhausted or wondering when bedtime is because you're energized and clear and ready to meet the day. You're not enmeshed with and engaged with these thoughts that are pummeling you because it settles down. The noise gets quieter because the peacefulness settles in more. So those three huge components free up so much vibrational space for this to take effect. This small little passing from knowingness to experiential awareness. The 3D has been untrue to me more than I can count. This has never been that, not even once. Why wouldn't I stay open and breathe and not resist when the sunshine over here is always calming? The unconditional love is always pulling back to the side. You're sitting on the wrong side. You're on this side. You want to come over here to the experiential side? Yeah, you want to be on this side? Come here. Come over here. Let's show them. Let's show them. Come here. Oh, there you go. Now turn around. Look who's on the experiential deepening side. And now his whole other side of his body gets rubbed. Oh my goodness. It's all fun and games until Milo gets his feelings hurt. Anyway, as you can see, I'm still doing the clear draining from the nasal. There's nothing coming out anymore. It's just the sensation. And so I'm always rubbing my nose. Day 10. Other things going on besides the deepening, which is so gorgeous. Sleeping beautifully. I'm completely satiated. I don't feel hungry. In fact, finishing my black coffee this morning I'm not even half done and I'm not feeling drawn. So what I typically do is I'll put it in the microwave and, maybe have a little bit of it as an iced coffee later, iced black coffee later. More on the mineral water at this stage, and just drawn to taking care of this physicality in this process, noticing what it's going through. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel like I'm stressing the body out. I'm not having any physical pain or back pain or anything like that. I just feel really blessed and whole, fulfilled, complete, joyous. My heart center feels so open. This is one of the most open times in my life because everything has fallen away. There's just this opening. It's just this grand opening that whatever lands here is perfect and will be received with love. I often tell people at this stage in your journeys, this is when people from the past may show up and they may come in to heal something. And it's a perfect time for that because there's no egoic attachment to that conversation or that engagement. And given they're an aspect of you showing up in this mirage to heal supposed ancestral or karmic ties, it's a really good time for those things to happen. So if people from your past start showing up or old equations that want to be looked at start showing up, that's perfect. The openness is calling it in so that it too can let go. It's all divinely done. Anything you want to add? Has Mommy been gracious with you? Has Mommy stopped feeding you? Are you fasting? No, Milo is not fasting. We wouldn't do that, you dear sweet beast, would we? No. In fact, we'll prove it because he's waiting for one right now, patiently waiting for a treat, aren't you? Yeah. Can you stay when Mommy gets one for you? Can you do that? I love how he just listens so intently. Can you stay while Mommy gets you a treat? Stay, stay, sit, sit, stay, stay, stay. Oh, the big swallow. Oh my, sit, sit. Oh, manners. Such nice manners. I love him. So Milo is 12 now. Milo was born with a heart thing, a murmur, but it's, a rare one. And so we've never known how long we're going to get Milo, just like Doodlebug. And so he gets a very charmed life. He has high anxiety because of his heart. He pants and he does all the anxious things. He has separation anxiety and all of that stuff. So yes, I treat him beautifully. He's my best friend. He's my guru and my master. But when his time comes, this is the last doggy I think will be in my world. Yeah. I just can't imagine anyone ever coming into this space again. But that's not time yet, right? Okay. Let's say goodbye to the peoples. Should we say goodbye to the peoples? So we're going to say goodbye to the peoples. And we're going to let you guys go. Day 10. Much love. See you next time.